All right, everybody. So right now we're going to work on the scaled room wall framing. We're going to actually do the framing part, right? That I have in front of me is my 8-foot wall. So you're going to get some balsa wood. You're going to need wax paper, clips, masking tape, sandpaper, and eventually some glue. So the very first thing you want to do is take your template that you have and put a sheet of wax paper over it. Put it on a foam board so it has some stability and that it's not just like this wobbly piece of paper. So I have foam board underneath here with my template with a layer of wax paper. You can tape the wax paper down so that it's nice and tight, or you can grab some clips from me. Okay, so once that's done, you are then going to take pieces of balsa wood and you are going to cut 8-foot pieces. Reason why I'm going 8 foot, because this is 8 foot, this is 8 foot, and each of these studs in between are 8 foot. So it was 8 foot long, and then the studs, because the wall was 8 foot tall. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these. So I went ahead and I cut 9 of these. So pieces of advice. I'd rather you cut it long and sand it down than cut it short and waste pieces of wood. If you do cut it short or you have short pieces left over, don't throw them away. Put them in your baggie. You'll need them for the other walls. So set them aside. Best way to measure, I like to put it on top of it. I know sometimes people go here, but I feel like you don't get a good feel for exactly how much, the exact size. So this one is pretty dang good. I have it lined up with the edge here, lined up here. That is good. This one right here, I purposely left it a little long to show you. So lined up there. Whoops. It's just a tad bit long. You can see it's just a tad bit long, which is going to cause me some problems. So take a pencil, take a marker, and then make a mark about like how much you have to sand off. It is crazy to use the cutter on this. I feel like it's going to end up splintering it. So this is when you're going to grab your sandpaper and you're going to go flat. Don't go at an angle. It'll cause this to curve at an angle. We don't want that. So you're going to go straight. Don't sand a lot. Sand a little at a time and then double check. Then check your measurement. Sand a little at a time and then check. I'm not going to make you sit and watch me sand. So that is cray-cray. So imagine that you have all 9 of your pieces cut, ready to get glued down. So I have all mine ready to go. First 2 pieces that you want to secure down are the bottom plate, which is called a sole plate, and the top plate. We're going to secure those with tape. You are not gluing this to the paper. Do not glue to the paper. You are gluing the wood to itself. Wood pieces are getting glued to other wood pieces. So my first one, I lined it up with that bottom line and I secured it with tape. 1 piece here, 1 piece here, making it nice and tight so that it'll stay there. So now I'm going to do that bottom one. And again, if you can see that line, remember there's a thickness. I'm lining it up with that bottom line. The top line. And pre-cut some pieces of tape. Notice that I'm putting them between the studs. Tape between the studs. And another piece of tape between the studs. Awesome. Cool. That's done. Then you want to do the 2 sides. So again, you have all your pieces pre-cut, ready to go, just like your lumber if you bought it at Menards. You want to have a piece of tape, paper with some glue. And what you're going to do is you're going to dip the tip, the end, in the glue. And any glue that oozes off, you have to clean off. Because if you don't, it's going to get stuck to the wax paper and it's going to be crazy to try to get it apart. Okay, so, and I'm looking, I didn't have enough glue. I want that whole area covered in glue. So again, I'll wipe off the extra, doing the same on the other side, wiping off that extra glue and making sure that whole area is covered. All right, so now that I have that done, I'm taking that and I'm pressing it right here at the edge, and I'm making sure my line is straight, and it is pretty dang good. Pressing them together so they adhere, and then, because I don't totally trust it, I'm going to put a piece of tape right there, just setting there on the corner. Another one right here on the corner, just so it stays in place and dries. Doing the same thing on the other side. Again, cleaning off the tip. Again, putting it there, so get enough glue in there, cleaning off any pieces of glue that go off to the side, putting it on the edge, and pressing them together and making sure that this is nice and straight. And again, I'm going to put a piece of tape in there just to hold it in place. Grabbing another one, piece of tape just to hold it in place. Then once that's done, you're going to start taking your studs that go in between, doing the same process. Glue on the edge or ends, and oops, put one right here. Again, making sure that they're straight. And I am not gluing this to the paper, I am gluing this to the wood. Making sure it's straight, again, like I said. Pressing them like that. Again, if you don't trust it, add a little piece of tape right there so they stick and hold. And you'll do this for all your pieces. Blah. All your pieces will go right inside there, blah, 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 glued in. Then once it's set, you take the pieces of tape off. Bam, 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 bam. Set them aside. You can reuse them later. You would take all the pieces off, and you should be able to lift this right off this wax paper and make that second wall right then and there. Okay? If you have any questions, I will be floating around. So get the two walls done, and then we'll move on to the wall with the door and the wall with the window. Thank you.